If you want to make this year your best year and make it a year of really focusing on yourself, being the best version of yourself, going after your big goals and dreams, then you are in the right place. Because in today's video, we're going to talk about 5 things that you can do this year to really focus on yourself and level up. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nat and I help you step into the next level version of yourself. On this channel, we talk all about mindset, feminine energy, and spirituality. So if that aligns with you, please hit the subscribe button. You can check out my courses, bundles, workbooks, and you can sign up for my weekly newsletter at the link in my description box. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing you can do this year to make sure that it's your best year yet, to really focus on yourself and bettering yourself, is to create rituals and routines for yourself and really commit to them. So think of ways that you can hold yourself accountable to your goals, to the habits that you want to create, and think of ways that you can spend time reflecting on what it is that you are doing to go after these goals and see if you can change some things. Because a lot of the things that we're doing to go after our goals and our dreams, a lot of it is trial and error. A lot of it is figuring out okay, does this really align with me? Does this really work with me? Do I really want to stick with this? And just different rituals and routines that you can do for yourself to make sure that you're giving yourself the time and space to reflect on whether or not you want to continue doing the things you're doing. So for example, every Sunday I have a money date and also a weekly date with myself. And on these dates with myself, I sit down and grab my iPad, grab my tea, make it all cozy, and I basically look back on my previous week and I look at the goals that I set for myself, and then I ask myself, okay, what went well this week? What didn't go so well? Why wasn't I able to hit these goals? What did I really struggle with this week? And what can I do differently in this upcoming week? And then I set intentions for the upcoming week. Okay, these are my 5 goals for the week. These are the action steps that I'm gonna take to get there. And then also with my money day, I sit down and I have this whole Excel spreadsheet with all of my finances in it, that I just spend some time pouring into my money, spending my energy on my finances, getting very clear on where I'm at financially, how I can change things, what I want to do differently, what's my big goal financially for this week. And the whole point of these rituals is literally just to bring intention to your life, to bring intention to, if you do have financial goals, bring intention to your finances. Okay, let me spend, an hour once a week just really looking at my finances and having a date with money and being intentional with it. If that's one of your goals, is calling money in. And then with the weekly goal setting and reflections, just bringing more intention to the things that you're doing and reflecting on whether or not you're going about it in the right way, if it feels most in alignment with yourself, or if you want to switch things up. And it's really great having these rituals and routines for yourself. You can take the ones that I just explained to you, or you can create your own. Just creating that time and that space for yourself to figure out where you are in relation to your goals and how you can get there. Because life will pass you by if you don't actually sit down and take the time to figure out how you want to get to where you want to go. And another thing as well is to create routines for yourself. So what does your morning routine look like? What does your night routine look like? And really spending these times to really pour into yourself and recalibrate your energy for the day or before you go to sleep. And the second way to make 2023 your absolute best year focusing on you is to really notice where your energy is being drained and spend less time there. We absorb so much of other people's energy, and if somebody around you is, very limited in their views, or they're not very open-minded, or, maybe they're very rooted in scarcity, or, they just don't really do the work to improve their mindsets, being around that type of person, your energy is going to be drained by that, and you'll start to feel your vibration lowering because of that. And so really start to notice how you feel around certain people. Are your friends truly supportive of you? Are they also doing the work as well? The people that you're spending your time around, are they the type of people that you want to become? And start asking yourself, do you want to spend time with them? Do you actually feel good spending time with these people? And if you don't, then start setting boundaries. Start spending less time with those people. Start looking for people who are more in alignment with who you want to become. People who are more like on your vibration. Because the more you surround yourself with people who are in like higher vibrations, who are in those like similar mindsets as you, the more you become that as well. Like, it doesn't really make sense to be doing like all of this internal work on yourself, on your own energy, on your own mindset, and then be hanging around people who aren't doing those same things. Because then just by being around them, you're already lowering your vibration. Now, of course, there are some things that you can do to protect yourself around lower vibe people, you know, protecting your energy, calling your energy back. You can pretend like you're walking around with like a bubble around you, an energy bubble, protect yourself around these types of people. But there comes a point where, you know, it's easier to just distance yourself from them and to stop spending so much time with them than it is to continue to do the work to call back your energy and protect your energy. Now, of course, if you're in situations where you have to be around these types of people, then adopting those practices to protect your energy is really going to help you. And leave a comment down below if you want me to create a whole separate video on that, on protecting your energy, because I can definitely do that. As a people pleaser and an empath, I definitely have learned a lot of tools to protecting my energy around other people. Okay, the third way to make sure that 2023 is your absolute best year is to spend more time doing the things that you love. Spend more time following the things that really excite you. So whatever you just thought of right now when I said that, following what excites you and doing what you love, do more of that in 2023. Figure out a way that you can start actually doing the things that you're passionate about, doing the things that light you up. I know a lot of people, you know, are working jobs that maybe aren't what they're passionate about, and maybe you have dreams of leaving your job and doing some things that you're passionate about. And if you do have that dream for yourself, then start to take more time to get yourself towards that goal, because it is possible for you to do that. And a lot of the work is removing that conditioning that tells you that it's not possible, but also just spending more time doing those things. It's gonna help you like feel more like lit up and like just more excited and happy in life. I really don't believe that we need to like be doing the things that we hate and like be struggling in life. And I spoke about that in the last video, so I'll definitely leave that in the link in the description box, that we don't need to struggle so much. We don't need to overwork ourselves and do the things that we hate to achieve success. Like, no, like, you get to do the things that excite you. You get to do the things that light you up, but it's all about what you believe. Because if you believe that you can't do those things, if you believe that you don't have enough time or you don't have enough energy, if you believe that those things aren't going to help you get to where you want to go, then that's exactly what you're going to create. That's exactly the reality that you're going to create, and the only reality that you're going to see through, because our reality is our perception, or our perception is our reality. There's no such thing as reality, there's just our perception. So spend more time this year doing the things that you love, doing the things that light you up, doing the things that really excite you. Okay, number 4, the fourth way to make 2023 your best year is to get clear on what you truly desire and then figure out what's holding you back from getting there. So there's this exercise that you can do. It was actually created by Haley Hoffman. She calls it the 111 wishes. And basically, you just write down everything that you desire and try to get all the way to 111, because, you know, the first like 50 are very easy to, you know, think of. But once you start getting past that, you start getting into like your subconscious desires, the things that you subconsciously don't believe are possible for you, but the things that you truly desire. And so it's really fun to do this. So create this whole list of yourself. Think of all the desires that you have in your life and try to get to 111. And then once you start to get to the bottom where you're starting to get to those deep subconscious desires, like, figure out how you can get there and like figure out what's holding you back. So this year, really get clear on your big goals, on your big desires for yourself and for your life, and then figure out what is holding you back from getting there. Is it your mindset? Is it your belief systems? Is it that you don't feel like you have enough time? You don't feel like you have enough energy? Like, what is it that's stopping you from getting there? And how can you start to remove those things, those blocks? How can you start doing the work to shed those layers of conditioning? And you may not even realize that they're limiting beliefs. You may think that they're just the way things are, but you can change that. You can change your story. You can change your beliefs. You can change and rewrite anything that's holding you back to be more in alignment with supporting your goals and desires. So if you really want to make this year your absolute best year, then figure out what's holding you back and let it go. You don't need it. You don't need to hold on to those things anymore. We hold on to these things out of fear, maybe fear of success, maybe fear of failure, but you don't need to hold on to it anymore. You can choose to let it go whenever you want. And a big way to let go of these things is by doing that mindset work and reprogramming your mind and your body out of these like unconscious cycles, out of these like familiar thought patterns and ways of being. You can reprogram all of this and create the version of you that you actually want to become, that next level version of you. And if you want to step into the next level version of yourself, you can actually purchase my course, which is a self-paced online course that combines science and spirituality to help you identify these blocks, these unconscious blocks, release them from your energetic field so that you can embody that next level version of yourself. So you can get that at the link in my description box. And finally, number 5, the 5th way to make it your absolute best year ever and to really focus on yourself is to fall in love with yourself and become your best friend. So I have a whole entire video on this, so I'll leave it down in the description box. But as important as it is to, manifest all of these things that you want and to accomplish these big goals and dreams for yourself, at the end of the day, what's most important is the relationship that you have with yourself. Who you are being along the way and along the journey, who you're being to yourself too. Like, how are you speaking to yourself? Are you being kind and compassionate to yourself? Or are you beating yourself up constantly? Are you your own best friend? Or are you your own worst critic? Getting very clear on that and the steps that you can take to start improving that relationship with yourself. And I feel like that self-love journey is like always evolving for me as well. And there's always like deeper layers that I can go. Like, I just recently realized that like I have a good relationship with myself in the sense that my self-talk isn't like negative as much anymore. Sometimes it does come up still negative, but for the most part, it's not really negative, it's just neutral. And then I realized, I'm like, okay, now that it's neutral, like how can I go to the next level? How can I bring more love into my relationship with myself? And that's what I've been doing recently. It's just like being more loving to myself, saying like words of affirmation to myself. Like when I'm eating, like telling myself like, you deserve to eat this. I love you. You're so beautiful. That was something that I never said to myself. You're so beautiful. Like literally just look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. You're so beautiful. What does that bring up for you? How does it feel in your body to hear yourself say those things and look yourself in the eye and say those things? Does it bring up thoughts like, no, I'm not? Does it make you uncomfortable? Like, how does it feel? And really sit with that and heal that relationship with yourself. Start taking like, little baby steps to become your best friend, your own best friend, and to really enjoy your own company as well, so that you're not always like needing other people or always feeling like you can't be alone because you don't like to sit with yourself or you don't love yourself in that way. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below how you're going to make 2023 your absolute best year. Set the intention for it. Let me know down below what you're gonna do, especially if it's one of these 5 things that I mentioned. What are you going to do differently next year or this year in 2023? Because I know we're only a couple weeks away. And whether you're watching this 2024, 2025, 2026, how can you make this year your absolute best year ever? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. Set the intention for it and speak it into existence. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.